Energy, which we'll be talking about today in the town hall, is not I was going to give you a couple of words about energy. I'll just make it one very brief one, which is that security is important, cost is important, and cleanliness is important. It's a tough set of issues. John McCain has taken this issue, this set of issues on the way he has everything else all his life. He's made the tough calls. He's going to tell you about them today. Ladies and gentlemen, I very much hope the next President of the United States, Senator John McCain.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk out there like that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jim. He has done such a great job for our country as Director of the Central Intelligence Agency and Under Secretary of the Navy and many other great work he's done for this nation. I thank you, Jim. Dr. Echevarria, thank you very much for your kind invitation, and thank you all for being here. Alan Autry, I believe, is here, the mayor of Fresno. Mayor, thank you. Thanks for the great job you do. Thank you so much. And my old friend Bill Jones, who served with distinction in the legislature and Secretary of State of the great state of California, and also was student body president here. So great job for California, and thank you for everything, Bill. And I must tell you, in a little straight talk, I have some mixed emotions about the College World Series today, since we fully anticipated that the Sun Devils would be competing in Omaha beginning today, but congratulations to a dark horse team that is now it's going to be Bulldogs against Bulldogs, and so congratulations again on a great showing for your great baseball team. And I'm here to listen. We're here to talk mainly about energy. I'd like to, as any town hall meeting, I'd like to discuss any issues that's on your mind today. And town hall meetings are the important part, I think, of democracy. I think it's very important. Not only do I have a chance for me to give you my views, but also an opportunity to hear yours. And these are tough times in America, as we know. And so, before we begin our discussion, let me just offer a few ideas. As you know, all across this state and nation, people are hurting because the price of gasoline is higher than it should be, and more than many folks can afford, particularly because of far-off events in the world oil market. The price of a barrel of oil has more than doubled in a year. You know that as well as I do, and probably more so. And the bad effects of that are spreading across our economy. The cost of business is rising, the cost of food, other essentials is rising, the whole cost of living is rising. What isn't rising is the value of your paychecks and the rate of America's economic growth. Back in the 1970s, they used to call this stagflation. And it feels a bit the same today because the unwise policies that our government has left America's energy future in the control of others, not us, in others. America imports about 1/3 of its oil from Canada and Mexico. And no one needs to worry about a reliance on friendly, stable neighbors and partners in NAFTA. The Middle East and Venezuela are a different story. We import roughly 1/4 of our oil from them, and they have a disproportionate impact on world prices. They're a cartel. When we buy foreign oil from these and other sources, there are many consequences, all of them far-reaching, and none of them good. Worst of all, By relying on foreign oil, we enrich bad actors in the world, some of whom finance terrorists. That's a fact. Some in Washington seem to think that we can still persuade OPEC to lower prices as if reason or cajolery, that had never been tried before. Others have suggested suing OPEC, as if we can litigate our way to energy security. But America's not going to meet this great challenge as a supplicant or a plaintiff. We're not going to meet it with words at all. We're going to meet it with action, and that action should begin now. We're going to produce more, conserve more, invent more, and to a large extent, this strategy hinges on innovations in the cars and trucks that we drive. 97% of transportation in America runs on oil, and all of that oil, about 60%, is used in cars and trucks. Yet the CAFE standards that we apply to automakers to increase the fuel efficiency of their cars are lightly enforced by a small fine. The result is that some companies don't even bother to observe CAFE standards. Instead, they just write a check to the government and pass the cost along to you. Higher-end auto companies like BMW, Porsche, and Mercedes, they employ some of the best engineering talent in the world. But that talent isn't put to the job of fuel efficiencies when the penalties are too small to encourage innovation. CAFE standards should serve large national goals in energy independence, not the purpose of small-time revenue. Innovation in the use of alternative fuels in transportation presents the greatest opportunity for energy independence. At the moment, entrepreneurs